Well, alrighty then. In the last video, which would have been music lesson 108, I think I said in the video 109, but this one is 109, that's for sure. In that last lesson, I was talking about improvising on songs that have a lot of chord changes. I demonstrated two, the melodic approach and the chordal approach, and I put in the margin notes a lot of other stuff. Very important that you read it all. On this occasion now, let us begin to talk about improvising on the blues, the traditional blues, the 12-bar blues. Now, just as you saw in the last video, that songs have a whole lot of chords that you have to deal with those progressions. The 12-bar blues is something rather unique. Of course, it only has 3 chords. That's the standard progression. But what you can do when you're going to improvise on the blues is you only have to use one scale. And that one scale that you can use is what is called the blues scale. Which means if you were playing the blues and you were playing it in the key of G, you could use the G blues scale and play all 12 bars just improvising on that blues scale, which is a very easy and a unique thing where the blues is concerned. As I might have mentioned previously, there are some songs, there are songs like folk songs, country and western, pop songs, and so that might only have 2 or 3 chords. And some of these songs, you might be able to get away with improvising the whole song just using one scale. But you would have to approach it, they're not all the same. You would have to approach it on a case-by-case basis. And if you heard the song, you know that song, Frankie and Johnny, da 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 da, dee 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 dee. I think that has three chords. You might be, I haven't tried it, but you might be able, for example, to improvise over that whole song just using one scale, possibly one of the blues scales. So there you have that. Now, I wonder if you've heard about the blues scale, but I wonder if you may know that there are actually 2 blues scales. There is the minor blues scale, which is the one that I guess just so everybody knows. When they talk about the blues scale, that's the one they mean. But there is also the major blues scale. And what I want to do is to demonstrate run these 2 scales for you so you can hear them. Because obviously each one, the minor blues scale and the major blues scale, both sound differently. But the interesting thing about it is that if you were going to improvise the blues, you could switch back between these 2 scales, and this will make your improvisation more interesting. You know, you could do, for example, you could play the 12 bars through the first time, let us say, using the minor blues scale. You could come back and play the second time and use the major blues scale, and then you could come through and use and play the third time, and you could play the first 4 bars and use the minor scale. You could play the next 4 bars and use the major scale. You play the last 4 bars and use the minor scale, and so forth. And by using these different scales, it will make your improvisation song far more interesting. Oh dear, this whole thing called time. Let me see if I can, you know what I want to do? I want to play these 2 scales for you so you can hear them. And then I want to do a short improvisation so that you can hear how it sounds like in an improvisation. And then I wanted to give you some more data here on the blues. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in according to time. If I don't, I'll put it in the margin notes. Okay? Let me play for you. Let me play for you the blues, the minor blues scale. Yeah? Listen for it. Alright, that's the minor blues scale. I don't know if it's coming through this microphone properly. This is the major blues scale. Listen for the difference. Yeah? See? Sounds different. I had these scales written out. I was going to show them to you on the screen here, but I put them up and you know it is not coming out. So I'm going to put all this data in the margin. Let me play a little improvisation for you on the using the minor blues scale so that you can hear it, and then I'll play a little improvisation using the major blues scale, so you'll hear that as well. Here we go with the minor. Watching the clock. Okay, here's a little improvisation now using the major blues scale. Okay? Look, I'm getting nervous here. I got to close down. Please consult the notes on the sidebar. Okay? And we'll meet again with the 4th lesson coming up. It will be what? Music lesson 110. Watch out for it. Stay tuned. Peace be with you all. More time.